So I'm on an extraordinary hike in Montaña de Oro State Park, right next to this glorious Pacific Ocean. And we took a little trip with my teenage boys. And so of course, when I said, let's hike to the peak of, this Valencia peak here, I was like, it'll be so great to do it together. And of course, them being teenage boys, they immediately wanted nothing to do with my husband and I. So they sped off ahead. And I found myself wanting to chase them, really, be with them, right? And yet celebrating their independence and them wanting to be alone. And sometimes, and also like, hi, look around at this incredible beauty that is around us. And you can see the peak behind us where we're going to be headed. It's very far away. So in a sense, it just gave me the thought that like sometimes, even though you have a concept of what you want, if you stay firmly held to that concept without embracing what is, the beauty of now, the beauty of the experience that you're having instead of the concept that you want, the world is truly magical. Okay, so we are 1 mile up the mountain to Valencia Peak in Montaña de Oro State Park. And we're literally surrounded by astonishing beauty, but a ton of poison oak. Now this poison oak is right next to the trailhead. And it just made me think that, the idea that boundaries
poison oak
are beautiful. Meaning nature, so clever, is like, listen humans, you stay right on the path. And if you stay on the path, we're gonna be just fine. But if you decide to wander off and trample on the bunnies and the birds and the lizards and all the other nature, wildlife, you're gonna get poisoned. So it's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to stay in your lane sometimes. It's okay to push things occasionally. You don't want to always play it quote unquote safe. But it's just a beautiful example of how we can all work together and cherish what is, and stay safe out there on the trails, because poison oak is no joke. Okay, another thing you experience when hiking to a mountaintop, if it's a well-laid path, it inevitably has switchbacks. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what a switchback is, it is essentially a gradual incline, and then you turn around and you go another gradual incline so that you don't kill yourself hiking straight up. Now, a lot of times when people have a big wish or dream or goal, they're just thinking man, I want to make this happen. I'm going to go straight. I'm going to just like a rocket. I'm just going to go for it. But sometimes a slow, measured approach gives you a chance to take in the view, gives you the chance to have new experiences like seeing the wildflowers in bloom. It gives you the time to look at the vista along the way. It gives you time to rest and recover, have some water and some snacks. And it's a carefully laid path. So if you're, I hope, pursuing a wish or a dream or a goal, maybe see what paths others have laid before you. Maybe see if there's a gentle way that you can move forward while you're protecting yourself along the way, while you're being good to yourself along the way. And then sure enough, you're going to get to the top. Okay, now we're about 1.5 miles up, and I'm thinking I'm pretty close to the top, right to the peak. And yet we turned a corner and we saw the actual peak, which is another big peak. And it's enshrouded in a dark cloud. And I can see the teeny tiny switchbacks. And I think, oh crap, this is a little bit bigger than I thought. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait a minute. You can see it behind me. Not that peak, but the one behind it. So when you're going after a goal, a wish, a dream, you may have a moment where you're like, are you kidding me? Am I actually going to do that? And you start to fast forward in your little brainy brain about all the reasons why that's going to suck. And it's too hard and it's just going to be too intimidating. But that's when you just got to focus on one step at a time. Those little switchbacks. You can't even see, but my kids, my teen boys, they're already at the top. They're like 2 little specks. But that's one step at a time. And you're going to get there, baby. One step at a time. Okay. still heading up the peak. But it made me think, also I get a break when I talk to you, is you gotta have the right equipment. You see, when you hook yourself up with just doing a little bit of research, you can make the whole experience much better for you. So let's talk about equipment that you need to have a great hike up a very steep mountain. Poles. Walking poles are freaking genius. Not only do you work out your arms, but you get a little balance and support. Whoa, which is important. Also, hiking boots. Great hiking boots with great tread keep you from falling and makes the whole experience much, much easier. And of course, water, snacks, sunblock, a hat, that sort of thing. But it's amazing if we don't take the time to do a little bit of preparation, it can really bite you during the experience. So hook yourself up. I'm sure you've heard of the concept of nature bathing, and that's allowing nature to almost shower away the stress in your body, to connect with the rhythm of nature. So we are on our way to this peak in Montaña de Oro, and we come across this rock face. And besides being tired, I wanted to hug nature, like I'm a natural born tree hugger. So resting on Mama Earth and dropping into the rhythm of nature, acknowledging the history, thanking Mama Earth is part of it. Hi. So I wanted to take a moment to share with you a little bit of this practice. So when you're walking around, when you're somewhere and you can connect with nature, do it. Hug a tree in your neighborhood. Put your feet in the grass. Look up at the sky and look at the beauty of the clouds. Nature is one of our greatest teachers, maybe the greatest teacher. So let's acknowledge Earth's beauty and send it some gratitude for everything it does for us. Okay, P.S. When I stumbled upon this rock face, I was actually exhausted. And literally, after touching and laying on this beautiful face, um, I've, I've completely caught my breath. I feel stronger than ever and ready to tackle the next leg of the hike. We made it. Valencia Peak, elevation 1,348 feet. And some kind soul. Oh, teenage boys. They have a picnic table up here. What? The clouds are rolling in. We're above the clouds.